Go best girl, and look at this. Yeah, she's like, I got ready for this anime, but they're freaking fantastic. We should close everything, yeah? There we go, you go best girl. Look at, she gets pissed off, and she gets a kind of white man. She's doing the white shadow. Everyone dies. This is the episode everyone dies in. Transforming to the kid, perhaps, right? Transforming to the... Yes, exactly. I mean, obviously, the same voice actor and everything, yeah. Like, obviously, it's, you know, it's always been weird how she is clearly mom, right? And run the show. But it's always been her. I mean, I keep saying it, right? It's only the same person somehow. Because they do have the same voice actors from the beginning. It's kind of obvious, because it's probably less obvious in the manga. Evil, right? Well, is he bringing the cop she killed him? I guess? But obviously that's evil too, right? He's part of the serving the Shadow Queen. Or could it be maybe... What? Ushio? Her real... Well, like, I guess it's true that they... Well, yeah, I guess so, because of course they buried her, but I guess no one gets buried. I see, no one gets buried. Yeah, okay, they take the corpse. Makes sense, I guess, yeah. That was a good twist, even though it's kind of obvious thinking about it. Yeah, that was a good twist, even though it's kind of obvious that, of course, they take their bodies, right? People are buried, just like they did in the past, and they actually grave rob them and eat the bodies, right? Yeah, that's like it's like a ghoul or something, yeah. She eats the grave bodies, yeah. Ushio's a badass, though. I love Ushio, yeah, look at that. Oh, the father is here, yeah, and he comes with Sensei, I guess. Exactly. This is like her deal, right? She's evil, because she's in love with Miyu or something. Yeah, that's always been her deal, right? Like, you promised me to not hurt Miyu, yeah. That's always been her deal. That was I guess correctly right earlier, yeah. That she obviously was fighting with her. He's obviously evil because she's like, you promised me these people shouldn't get hurt if I... And for some reason Miyu is her most, I guess, important person for her or something. Kills her, okay. Now she's dead too, though. Yeah, I mean, they're obviously gonna die in this time loop. I mean, yeah. Oni-chan yapped in there from the bullet. They're both dead now. And then he kills Ushio. Miyu. Total annihilation this episode. It's total ownage. Yeah, man, what an episode! Sensei is like, I got you! Okay, no, everyone is like that, man. And, like, everyone died! Big Daddy dies too? Maybe? I feel like, like every character died, even the bad guys too, right? Almost, yeah, said modern. This is a total annihilation time loop where every character gets destroyed or something. Feels like almost every character in the whole anime. Total annihilation, every character dies. Oh, hello, one more time, of course, for Summertime episode 12. And before I watch the episode, I checked out, and 13 is coming next week. I just want to confirm that here, or confirm that it's what it is now. Because a lot of times, right, when they do these animes that are continuation over one season, they tend to take a week break, right? But it's appeared that 13 is going to come next week. So hopefully that. Last week was delayed because of weather, so you never know, right? You never know. But I think last week, the actual production wasn't delayed. It was more like the sending was delayed, right? So it's a little different, right? But anyway, I also just checked out Bastard for that matter this morning. I watched 4 episodes of Bastard, and it was awesome. You know, big boobs, big swords, big ass, everything, right? That was really good. It was really good. It was, episode 4 was censored. It was kind of weird, but otherwise, it's like a really cool, you know, the 80 kind of classic anime, right? I really loved it. Check it out if you're interested. But anyway, this is for summertime now. And before I was watching, I'll say one thing, right? I think this episode's really good. You know, I love this anime. I think it's very interesting, right? That, yeah, last episode introduced us to an evil human. And I think that was really important, because that means that you could never trust anyone, right? Because anyone can be a shadow. But now you also know that humans, even without being shadows, can be trusted, right? So it's even worse, because of course, before you could be like, I can shoot the shadow, right? Oh, you aren't a shadow, okay, so you're a good guy, right? But now it's like, actually, some humans are evil, so it doesn't even help you to do that, like the test either, right? The sun is very bright in my face, but whatever, it's watching it. So 3, 2, 1, and go. And of course, got the mother here. This episode, yeah. The goddamn greenhouse mouse. Yep. But Bastard was really good, though. That was really good. I mean, it's already, you know, published, right? I'm gonna watch more episodes tomorrow as well. But here we go at summertime, recapping. Nah, they're just recapping when they, you know, she takes them to mom, right? But apparently the family has been serving mom, right? Mother or whatever for years, right? Generations. So her father is probably evil too, right? The father really looked evil though, because he was like, he had a shadow with the wheelchair, so he really looked suspiciously evil. And now mom is like disappearing. What's happening? She transforming to the kid perhaps, right? Transforming to the... Yes, exactly. I mean, obviously, same voice actor and everything. Yeah, like obviously, it's, you know, it's always been weird how she is clearly mom, right? In some weird way. Yeah. Of course. They aren't running the show, but it's always been her. I mean, I keep saying it, right? Aren't they the same person somehow? Because they do have the same voice actor from the beginning. It's kind of obvious because it's probably less obvious in the manga, right? That they are the same theory, yeah, that they're the same person somehow. Oh, here we go though. What's mom doing now? Oh, transforming into an even bigger shadow? Yeah. But I think this... What can I say, right, guys? I think it has been a little too obvious, right? And I will keep saying it here, but I think the anime made it more obvious. Because it's like, yeah, of course she's mom, because, again, they have this... Or also they have this legendary voice actor, right? Riku Gamiya, one of my favorite voice actors, you know? That always voices, you know, evil, angry Sundras, right, you know? Toradora, etc., right? Taiga, and so on, yeah. So, that they always had the same voice actor from the beginning. I mean, as an anime watcher, you kind of like, well, it's kind of suspicious that they have the exact same voice and it sounds exactly the same. Yeah, like it was... And I think that, again, right, in the manga it's probably less obvious, even though it's kind of like, aren't they both the two, like, Shibi Sundras, and they're kind of similar in appearance, and she did transform to her in the time loop, so there was obviously a lot of signs for it anyway. But that they have the same voice actor, you know, straight up, and also a famous voice actor, one of the most recognizable anime voice actor, like I would say one of the most iconic voices, right? She's done like, you know, 200 animes, you know what I mean, that kind of thing, in games and so on, yeah. And she's been in, you know, every Gundam anime, right? One Piece, Tsukaisen, and so on. She's been in like every Jesus Christ anime ever, basically. Like that is her, right? This like super famous voice actor. Yeah, I think that definitely made the anime a little more like, oh yeah, it's her, right? Yeah, like a little more predictable. Certainly. I think I would have assumed so anyway without watching the anime, though, but even more, so of course, having the same voice. It didn't help watching the anime. Let's be honest, it didn't help that they had the same voice actor. Okay, here we go. What's happening? Listen to that voice right there. It's like one of the most iconic voices ever in anime, so of course it's her. You can really see how the sun is like shining on my face. It is so much sunlight. I get this, yeah, I get the sun in my face here. I can't close the windows, it's just too hot there. Oh, happened now? Oh, it's a nurse? That's probably the nurse we saw that we didn't see the face of, right? Yes, it probably isn't that my dad's nurse? Because that's the... We didn't see her face this episode, but we saw a nurse that was like, yes, sensei, yeah, kind of a robotic voice. So I guess it's her, right? So kind of mind-controlled nurse or something? Yeah. Now it's like, oh yeah, you know that is evil, right? Well, is he bringing the cop she killed him? I guess? But obviously that's evil too, right? He's part of the serving the Shadow Queen kind of thing. Yeah. And she eats human, right? You see? This is like the super legendary voice actor, right? But I guess she can... Yeah. She probably has to consume human life or whatever, right? Human bodies or whatever to get stronger, right? And the family has probably been providing her human bodies for... You know. But I think it's kind of strange from a plot standpoint. Why didn't he tell his son then? Right? If that's evil too, or I guess the dad is like, you know, pragmatic evil. He's like, I have to be evil because otherwise my family dies. But yeah, here's the cop, right? He's gonna eat the cop probably. As I guess corrected there. Who's in the other box then? Dad? Honestly, who's in the other box then? This is more interesting. Who's in this box? Or could it be maybe... What? Ushio? Her real... Well, like, I guess it's true that the... Well, yeah, I guess so, because of course they buried her, but I guess no one gets buried. I see, no one gets buried. Yeah, okay, they take the corpse. Makes sense, I guess, yeah. That was a good twist, even though it's kind of obvious thinking about it. Yeah, that was a good twist, even though it's kind of obvious that of course they take the bodies, right? People are buried, just like they did in the past, and they actually grave rob them and eat the bodies, right? Yeah, it's like a ghoul or something. Yeah, she eats the grave bodies. Yeah. Now when I think about it, it makes a lot of sense. Like, why wouldn't she do that? Like, why wouldn't she? She's sitting in the dungeon, right, under this island, you know, in the side of water kind of dungeon, and yeah, takes dead bodies, right? Yeah, it makes a lot of sense when you see it now. That okay, so she eats Ushio. But I guess she eats Ushio then in every time loop, right? Yeah, the Ushio's body is eaten every time loop. I mean, I guess she did let Ushio drown. She didn't eat her in the water because she probably wanted to, you know. No, I guess it's better to kill people and then have them buried and then eat them, because if she just eats them immediately, that would be like, people would, oh yeah, man, now it's like, yeah, shut up, idiot! Her real rage comes out here. This is what a family does. We serve this evil woman. Yeah, and the nurse is like also part of. Yeah, she's like, yeah, of course. But see, this is what I mean. I think she's like, we have to serve her, else they eat our family, right? Yeah, she's like, yeah, mom died, and yeah, exactly. I think that's the thing, right? Mom is in the wheelchair. Is she the shadow wheelchair then? I guess mom is the wheelchair lady then? Right? Yeah, it's very strange, man. Or something like that, but yeah. But it's pretty clear that these people have been forcing the family to help her, right? Or she will kill them all, or you know, I will kill the rest of them, whatever, right? Yeah, and she's like, you guys have been living in happiness. I've been the one serving her evil. You know, yeah, she's like, bastards, I've been having to feed this evil goddess with, you know, corpse every day. And you were like, you're having this great, you know, shield time, and I have to serve her. Yeah, and I have to come here and feed her bodies. Yeah, she basically eats their bodies, right, you know, with her powers, right, and that's obviously makes her stronger, but I guess Ushio's body is, well, Ushio has some weird powers too, right? Ushio got some weird powers too, so maybe she's like fine or something? Oh yeah, he's gonna do something, yeah. Do it! This thing that you can summon the weapon or someone, yeah. Oh yeah. Well, we're gonna save Ushio's body, right? I don't even know how this big... Yeah, they haven't really explained how the big baby works. I don't know. They have tiny babies and big babies. Whatever. It's kind of like random henchmen that I have summoned. Yeah. And now she's turning... Yeah, but now she's like very more childish again. Yeah, now I guess her brain is like, when she eats, she turns into like a... acting way more immature, I guess. She's almost like a 1,000-year-old... monster vampire goddess thing or something. Yeah. I wonder how long she's been serving her. She's clearly like, I've been doing this for years. You understand? You need to eat all the humans. Yeah, she's like been... How could you understand my pain? Yeah, it's like, I've been evil for years. But now they know that, so if they die in this time, which they probably will, right? Because the old man got killed. I guess in the next time loop they're like, let's not bury people. Let's not bury Ushio in like the burial ground. Because they usually stuff at the funeral, right? The episode. Yeah, underestimate humans, the Shadow clone says. That was cute. Oh yeah, I guess they can... Because she's actually a Shadow, right? So yeah, she's not a nurse, right? No. She's some weird Shadow monster. I like how their the oppas are transformed in a weird way to censor them. The oppas are like, yeah, blurred. But clearly the nurse was always a Shadow, right? Yeah. This was she was serving the sense, you know, Papa Sensei so easily. Which is actually a kind of monster, right? Ushio is pissed off though. Yeah, Shadow Ushio is in rage mode. But I mean, I guess earlier the nurse... I mean, I guess the last week the nurse was a Shadow, right? That's the last week, right? I'm also surprised seeing the nurse transforming into like a massive Shadow thing, because, yeah, of course she's gonna be a weird Shadow. I wonder if the manga is more revealing here. Because they're clearly censoring her oppies, right? It doesn't really matter. I mean, it's just a big ogre. It's like a big, ugly ogre movement. Yeah. Ushio. Ushio's a badass, though. I love Ushio. Yeah, look at that. Yeah. You're gonna love Ushio's badass. Yeah, punch the Shadow! Yeah, like, oh, you smacked the Shadow, though. That's the thing, though. They have that huge weakness, though. Yeah. Yes, the nurse turned into a gigantic monster woman, but her Shadow was in a Shadow. Punch the Shadow, she's dead, right? Yeah. Doesn't really have to transform into like a massive ogre. Like the Shadow is still her weakness. Oh, she just sliced off his body. I guess, which is he dead? I guess. Yeah, his fingers out. Yeah. Oh, the father is there. Yeah, and he comes with Sensei, I guess, or something. Yeah. Big Daddy is there, right? You know. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Big Daddy appears behind them and owns them. Oh. he of course defeated Sensei and so on, right? And he's... But now she's way more like, yeah, he's cheating and so on, yeah. So it's a weird thing with Mother, right? Yeah, now she's like pouting, I wanna eat him and so on. So she has that weird thing going on that she transforms back to the other kid or something. She has a personality kinda, right? She's going from her like evil witch lady into like the kid she pretended to be or something. Oh, it's Mio, yeah, because they treat down Mio there. I was wondering who, I thought it was Sensei first. I thought it was Sensei he was carrying around, but then it was Mio. But there is something that she's in love with Mio or whatever, her best friend. So it's clear that his sister, Naniko, that she was promised that Mio wouldn't get killed, right? It's something like that, because she of course said in the festival episode that, no, you promised me, right? So it's something that she has been promised that Mio shouldn't get killed, because she's in love with Mio or something, yeah. Exactly, this is what happened in the exactly. This is what happened in the festival too. Exactly, this is like her deal, right? She's evil because she's in love with Mio or something. Yeah, that's always been her deal, right? Like, you promised me to not hurt Mio, yeah. That's always been her deal. That was I guess correctly right earlier, yeah. That she obviously was fighting with her. He's obviously evil because she's like, you promised me these people shouldn't get hurt if I... And for some reason Mio is her most, I guess, important person for her or something. She's probably in love with her. Mio's her best friend, right? But maybe she's in love with her, right? Yeah, maybe she's Yuri, right? Her brother's in love with Mio. Yeah. Oh, and then he's still gonna save his sister? Well, it's like, they are obviously gonna lose this time loop though. They still have time loop anyway, but yeah, she's like, how can you protect me? I'm evil. But she's clearly, forced to be evil, yeah. She's forced to be evil, right? But clearly she's like, how can you protect me? I betrayed you and so on. And now yeah. Oh, Sensei was, yeah, of course. That was strange. Sensei was the one fighting him and he picked up Mio. A little bit weird. Sensei is fine. She was the one that was directly fighting him, and got hot, and she got shot, right? Sure, it's not like a deadly wound, but yeah. Now this guy finds her. I find this a little strange because again, she was the one that got injured. She's not dead though. It's like a flesh wound, right? But still bleeding, right? It's a hit in the ribs, right? Her, partner died, right? He got killed, or whatever, probably. And then she escapes the big guy, but he finds Mio instead, and then meets up the cop guy. Yeah, this whole thing doesn't make much sense. How these four characters could have, they could have avoided the big guy, but not Mio. And how did Mio get captured? I don't know. Maybe it's a plot hole here, or maybe it's just a plot contrived. I don't know. I would call it a plot hole, but more plot contrived here, right? Yeah, it feels like the reason Mio was taken, I suppose, is because we needed to see that she was the guardianship while she was evil, right, I guess, right? So it's a plot contrivity. I hope you want to review, but yeah, plot contrivity, I would say. Plot contrivity. Something like that. I don't know. I feel no police to do much. She's sitting there being crazy now. I don't think Sensei is gonna die here. This is definitely not a deadly wound. No. You get stabbed and shot here, right? Come on, this is just like... This is straight up... There she kills her, though. Okay, now she's dead too, though. Yeah, I mean, they're obviously gonna die in this time loop. I mean... Yeah, Onishan yapped in there from the bullet. They're both dead now. Well, maybe they're gonna... Maybe she knows that I can't kill him, right? I cut the fingers off. I guess we're back at, like... Someone need to kill him so he can... Okay, so they're gonna... I mean, he needs to die again, right? Ushio can probably kill him. Ushio can like shadow slash him. Yeah. Oh, a little... But she wants an eye back, right? Yeah, a little like shadow finger. The shadow hand's like, give me the eye back. Oh, yeah, and takes the eye. Will it stop the time loop then? Will this stop the time loop? Right? Will this stop the time loop? Like, seriously, right? Maybe? I don't know. Ushio's the one that gives him the eye, right? In the first... she's like, I love you, baby, and gives him the powers, right? Something like that. Oh. She has some kind of Shikamaru ability. Yeah, it's very Shikamaru. She can like send the shadows as capture people, right? Yeah, it's like straight up Shikamaru in Naruto, right? Can summon the shadows and like hold people. Yeah, she can like control the shadow as shadow hold, or like as what's it called? The shadow, I think, in DC Comics. That it can also shoot shadow powers and so on. I wonder if you're gonna have a Big Daddy, or if he's a Persian still. Or maybe he's Sensei then. I don't think so, but it kind of felt like he almost might be Sensei when he killed his daughter there. Maybe. I'm just throwing it out there. Like, I feel he kind of hinted who it might be. Like, you know, like he's maybe just a big bad shadow boy in the basement, but I don't know. Ushio is getting all shadow naked. Yep. Yeah. The ecchi Ushio there. Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, she got a little bit like lost the clothes there. And then he kills Ushio. Sorry, I mean Miyu, of course. And then, but Adam's ecchi man. Then Ushio is, yeah, lost the clothes there in the shadow. But he killed Miyu, and then we saw a naked Ushio. Man, that is so weird. Like, it's like a brutal death scene, followed by, like, a naked girl. Yes, anime is freaking crazy, man. Total annihilation this episode. It's total ownage. They just get totally owned here. Yeah, he killed everyone. But at the same time, right, if they didn't die, they couldn't save, like, Sensei and so on, right? They basically need to lose this time life and, you know, do it again, right? The time loop. Yeah, Ushio's crying and so on, but they basically needed to, you know... Oh, he's still alive, yeah, it's cool. He can maybe shoot him, he's a gun, right? What if he shoots him? Or I guess Sensei's still alive too, I suppose, yeah. And she's, I guess, fine now? She comes in here, Sensei's still like shotgun ready, yeah. Shotgun, Oppa comes back, yeah. Sensei is still there, like, I got you, boy! Man, what an episode! Sensei is like, I got you! Yeah. Sensei is back with the shotgun. And then she also dies or something? Okay, no, everyone is like that, man. And, like, everyone died! Big Daddy dies too? Maybe? I feel like, you know, like every character dies, even the bad guys too, right? Almost, yeah, except Mother then. He somehow could survive that, I guess. Yeah, Shadow guy, so he could heal himself. Okay, damn, should Shadow, right? But it's like, yeah, it's like almost every character is dead now. Like the whole village, every goddamn character, including the bad guy, almost died there. Yeah, it's like, okay. This is a total annihilation time loop where every character gets destroyed or something, but somehow. Like, seriously, every character either gets shot or destroyed by Sting, or it's like, yeah, gets like strangled by shadows or whatever. It's like, it feels like almost every character in the whole anime has been killed now. in this episode alone, I mean, yeah. Total annihilation, every character dies in this episode. This is a worst time loop where, like, the whole cast of characters somehow gets killed in one episode. Like Miyu, Ushio, yeah, and so on. Everyone dies. The bad guys, the good guys, I mean, the evil sister, everyone, right? What an episode, yeah, it's like bam, 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 bam. It's like, okay. The whole cast of characters gets destroyed this episode. This is like complete horror episode, 101, man. Yeah, and it takes the... Yeah, I talked about that, it takes the poisons on it. Yeah, plans to, you know, need to have a plan B, we call it. Yeah, serve you right, bad guy. I'm also gonna die. I'm just laughing at it. No, but I'm just feeling like this is so... The problem with anime, it is brutal, it is sad, but at the same time, I'm sorry, right, but it's a time loop, right? This is not an anime I feel that I'm gonna cry over the death scenes, because we all know they're gonna time loop and they're all gonna be alive in the next episode, right? Yeah, this is not an anime where everyone... And no one has died so far permanently, right? But maybe they can die permanently by... The time loop is always forward in the time, right? So they can die permanently. Absolutely they can, but at this moment... At this moment, no one has died permanently, right? Man, Ushio is very ecchi this episode. She has this like weird shadow bikini now. Yeah, Ushio is like super... She got some weird ecchi bikini going on. A shadow bikini stripes, yeah. I mean, she's not actually, you know, naked, but... Yeah, it's very ecchi, right? It's very ecchi. Oh, interesting. Now she's getting like white shadows. Ushio is creating like white shadows or something. Yeah, kill her because she's like awakening her Somehow Ushio is like a stronger shadow than Mob now, yeah. Yeah, she gets the eye of course from her, but there's something Ushio is like the light bringer thing, right? And here we go, now they're gonna time loop again, right? Of course. But clearly Ushio has some, yeah, she's the power of being a strong shadow. She got like white shadows. She's, for a moment there, it was like a white shadow grabbing Mother, so, like what's that, right? Some kind of light shadow, light bringer maybe, right? Holy magic, I don't know. But yeah, clearly Ushio has like another thing going on there. But it's pretty sad I have to explain everything to them again. Right? This the problem with time loop is that I have to explain everything to the people again the next time. Yeah, this time it was very long. Ah, so but it's way forward right now. This is way forward now in time here. And Ushio comes with him, yeah, because they got the power of love, baby! The power of lives! No, Ushio is there, okay? This is my girlfriend! Yeah, she's time looping too, baby! Okay. That, I was gonna say that, like, I think Ushio is gonna keep her memories, right, you know? Because Ushio is also kind of traveling in time, right, and so on. He just time travels with her back again. Yeah, they were holding hands. I was like, I will always love you. So it's like, I time travel with my girlfriend. Yeah, that was beautiful in a way. But I was gonna say that. I felt like I was talking about, right? Yeah, like how I was gonna explain everything to everyone again, right? But I was just gonna say that I felt that Ushio, because he's also obviously time traveling, and she's like some kind of light shadow or whatever, that she's probably gonna remember, right? Because at least she's always gonna be on his side, right? But now she even used time travel with him. Yeah, she even like went back to the same time place where he is. Yeah, she was like, I'm also here, girl. Hey, sensei. Yeah, she's just like, bam, girl. I'm also part of the enemy. That was a great scene, yeah. Ushio appears there. Hey, girl, I'm also here. So yeah, let's review the episode. A great episode. Really brutal episode, though. I wish it didn't, though. It didn't move the storyline, I felt, that much, though. It mostly focused on everyone who's getting destroyed, right? Yeah, this was a total annihilation episode. It was, like, seriously, it felt like every character in the whole cast got destroyed by, you know, Mom or the Shadow, right? Basically, right. Of course, they explained one major thing. Of course, I think the main thing with the episode is this scene, right? There are other scenes, too, and the music comes later. But I think the first thing is that, yeah, obviously, Mother, right? We learned she's the same character, whatever, that was so obvious. Same was it, yeah, whatever. She's clearly the same character who, yeah, it's Rikumiya, Jesus Christ, but whatever. That was the most obvious thing ever. But then we learned this thing, right? That she's basically like harvesting all the dead bodies, right? Yeah, so when I saw this scene, I loved it, and I also felt almost stupid. Like, oh yeah, of course she is. Because, yeah, it feels so obvious thing there, but yeah, like she's sitting there, right? And they can get stronger and cope with people and all this stuff, right? Of course she eats all the dead bodies, right? Yeah, if someone goes and, you know, and want to bury their daughter, right? Oh, my daughter died in a traffic accident, right? And I'm gonna bury her. Yeah, then Mom comes and actually eats them body, right? Because she's a kind of shadow, zombie, ghoul, whatever, right? And when I think about it, I said earlier in reaction, yeah, this makes perfect sense. Of course she is sitting down there in this, like, evil basement, right? Like, under the island, in this cave in the water, kind of like, you know, whatever, right? And yeah, of course her henchman is like getting her all these bodies, right? It's a very classic trope, really, right? Like the kind of the sealed away Asian evil one, you know, like the vampire king or whatever, sealed in the basement, and he has to, you know, be fed by the other vampires or whatever, right? One day he will come out and be powerful, like in Buffy or whatever, yeah. Like that kind of thing, right? She's basically in the basement. So of course she gets fed by not just people they kill, like the policeman that we saw, but also, of course, people that actually die, right? And it makes more sense, too, that she wouldn't just eat Ushio, right, earlier. But I think some people say that, oh, but why didn't she eat Ushio then in the previous scene? Well, if she had consumed Ushio, right, during the water fight scene, that would have meant that people would be like, what happened to Ushio, right? I mean, I guess it kind of could have been explained because she could have been drowning and people couldn't find her body, right? But it still would be like, what happened to that girl? So it's better for her to kill a character, right? Kill a person, and then, you know, let them be, you know, fake drowned or whatever, and then of course she eats them afterward, after the funeral, right? That's smarter to kind of hide you're a killer, right? Because if you just eat all the bodies immediately, then people are gonna be like, oh, what happened to that person? This is something strange, right? It is definitely better to do it like this, where she kind of sets them up to be eaten the few days later, right? Sister, of course, raging. I'm not really surprised about this, honestly. Her character is kind of what I expect, right, when I saw her even last episode. She's basically, as I completely call it, right, that she's forced to help her. You know, she's not pure evil, right? She's not enjoying helping the evil shadows. She's more that typical, as I kept saying that, right, as a father too, a pragmatic evil, right? She's like, if I don't help her, she's gonna kill everyone. You know, remember mom, remember dad, what about Mio, and so on like that. She's basically doing it, right, because otherwise, you know, they're gonna kill her and her brother or whatever. She's so, her rage is like, how can you say I'm evil? How can you, I'm doing this for you, you idiots. You know, I'm letting her eat the cop. I killed the cop so you can eat the cop so I can protect your lives. You know, it's like either the cop dies or you die. That's kind of, I mean, she's obviously very pragmatically on the bad side, right? She's like, yeah, if I don't feed this, you know, demon goddess, right? If I don't feed her this cop, right? She's gonna eat my best friend or my lover or whatever. Right? It's clearly what she's doing, right? So, but there's like guess to it. It's very predictable in a sense. But then we come to Miyu, and it really is that this is her thing, right? And I said that this was why I predicted she was evil, right? In episode 5 or 6 or whatever, because she was acting weird, right? So her being evil definitely was for Shadow, right? Because she was acting kind of weird, as I kept saying in last episode too, in the festival episode. She's like, this was not what I was promised, or whatever, right? Or she said something like, they come into this Miyu thing, right? And this is what I talked about in episode 2, that she says something like, you know, no, I was promised a better deal, or this is not why I did it. But she was more like, I didn't do it because of this reason or whatever, right? And I guessed that it was about, you know, Miyu, right? And here we go again. Yeah, it is about Miyu. It is objectively that she's like in love with Miyu. No, I'm not kidding. Maybe not objectively, but she seemed to certainly be in love with Miyu, right? Or something like that. Almost, I would say so. Almost more than best friends, right? It feels like she's doing it, right, for her father and brother and so on, right? That's what she claim. But then clearly, and you know, Papa Evil Shadow, right, the big daddy, he seems to know that too, that this is her most precious, like, protection or whatever. And she's doing all this evil stuff for specifically Miyu. So I think what I bring up here in the report is that I think this is how you can obviously get her on their side, right, you know? Because her and her brother are both in love with Miyu. I mean, maybe they're just best friend. I think she's so best friend with Miyu. But it's certainly this is the fact that she was in love with Miyu. You know, I mean, romantically, right? She was like, no, that's my Miyu. Like, she almost come off as like, this is the woman I'm in love with, right? I will die for her, you know what I mean? But regardless, though, she's very, very into Miyu. And it certainly felt more romantic than just, you know, best friends, right? Of course, my point is again is that, yeah, I think this is how we can make her, you know, change side, right? Now they know she's evil, and they know she's helping the evil shadow nurse and her father, blah blah, so on, right? But if you just tell her that, oh, we've seen the basement, right? We have seen the festival time loop and so on, and in both these cases, Miyu gets killed, right? And you're in love with Miyu. If you help us, we can save Miyu, right? So yeah, we know for a fact that your shadow master is gonna kill the girl you love with, right? So you have to help us instead, or else Miyu's gonna die. She probably won't believe them, right? But they can probably, you know, come up with something with a time loop and so on, right? So I think that to me is the obvious way how to, you know, make her change side, right? Because again, she's seemingly doing this is for Miyu. That's her real objective, right? That's protecting Miyu's life is what matters for her, right? Over everything else. So just explaining to her that Miyu will die in if she keeps, you know, doing this stuff, right? She's probably gonna change side, right? So that end, right? Ushio kind of owns them, yeah. And we keep going to this thing, and Ushio seems very strong. So maybe this episode, the best thing is fight, right? And Ushio is of course always badass. She defeats the evil nurse and so on, right? But I think this is very interesting because while, you know, mom is like doing that Shikamaru, you know, the shadow bind, right? Ushio can also kind of shadow bind her, so they have this kind of weird like shadow magic battle. But as you see here, that Ushio's shadow turns white, right? Like a holy magic or whatever. Her shadow Tenris becomes white Tenris. Like, what's up with that? So I think that's the thing, right? Ushio, and basically in this scene, right, mom is like, she took the eye from me so they can time travel again, right? So that's obviously the eye time traveling. Obviously mom is so too. So by taking her eye, or her eye back, right, from it, she took from, yeah, she could, like, you know, time travel and so on. But it's also like, why is her turning white, right? So I think, again, we're gonna have, obviously, I would say, a revelation later that Ushio's shadow is something else, right? I mean, obviously she's time traveling and stuff and so on. She's a good person, right? But it's something like that, right? Ushio is like the kind of the god priestess or whatever. But there is something there, but about Ushio being, you know, like a holy shadow, whatever, right? Yeah, like her how could she create white? This episode's very ecchi though. Yeah, Ushio lost her clothing and then she creates a kind of shadow bikini. Just fighting them. I will say one thing though, which I wish she had done, and I'm talking about Ushio's oppas or whatever. I wish she would have shown her with more white around her though, yeah. It was a little weird because she was like creating these white tendrils, right, against Mother, but it was only on Mother we saw it, that she was being strangled by like white stuff, and Ushio was by like black stuff. They were fighting each other, right? But Ushio was surrounded by a black bikini, and I think that if her bikini turned white, that would have been better, honestly. I want to show this here because it's kind of very ecchi, right? But seriously, yeah, her bikini should have went from black to white. That scene would be better there, because then you know her magic is turning into holy magic or whatever. Like, am I the only guy? I can't show you, yeah. But you get my point, right? Yeah. What if her bikini turned white instead? Then she would be like, oh, now she's really a holy bikini, yeah. Instead of using shadow magic to turn into a bikini, right? Because it felt like the last minute she had like a new magic ability, right? Maybe. But definitely Ushio is something more, right? And Mom clearly figured out too, like, oh, she has these powers, we have to kill her immediately. She has some weird powers, right? She's some kind of whatever, or she's a goddess, she's a good goddess, whatever, yeah. So certainly there has to be at least one more plot reveal of what Ushio actually is, right? Why can Ushio use holy white magic or whatever? That's the first time we saw it too, yeah. Some kind of white magic or white shadows or whatever, right? Ushio can create. It has to be meaning to that, right? But anyway, guys, subscribe, press that button, I'll see you guys, of course, tomorrow with Rent a Girlfriend's coming back. Yeah, Summer Anime, of course, check out the Bastard stuff I did earlier today, right? Freaking Bastard, it was really good, episode 1 to 4. I'm gonna watch a bit more Bastard every day, then they dropped the whole season on Netflix, so I'm gonna watch, 2-3 episodes per day, right? And I watched 4 episodes today, that was very, very good. So anyway, see you guys and have a great day.